Three former high-ranking government employees have just testified under oath of their UFO experiences, the cover-ups they've witnessed, as well as non-human biologics and bodies. Welcome to Soul Spy University, where your souls can run free and your minds are free to expand. Today, we will be covering the highlights of the historic UFO Congressional Hearing, as well as give you some info you may not be aware of. But first, please remember to like, share, and subscribe so I can keep doing this for you. Also, find me on Instagram and TikTok at Soul Spy University. And also know there is a donation link in the description box, as well as a super chat now. I am live at every Tuesday premiere of our new videos at Eastern Standard Time, 4 o'clock. And I have a list of services currently available in our description box. Okay, David Grusch testified under oath that he's interviewed over 40 high-ranking government officials over the past 4 years that all have separate yet corroborating firsthand accounts of a crash retrieval program containing over 12 spacecraft that he knows of so far, as well as non-biological, non-human biological bodies. Despite this hearing and the consequences he's had to endure so far, he still seemed very bound to certain NDAs and to not reveal classified information unless under the right circumstance, which we will get to soon. When asked if he knew for a fact that people were hurt during the cover-up, he replied, yes, personally. When asked if any of them were murdered, he replied, I have to be careful answering that question in the public arena, but has informed the right people with the right information on this, which I know one of them is the Attorney General. Also, meaning yes, the answer is yes. He's also willing to give exact names of people, locations, companies, etc., in an enclosed environment seconds after the hearing, also known as a SCIF, which Congress was initially denied, and then, but during the hearing it was granted. So yeah, he's already notified the ICIG, Inspector General, and the Senate Intelligence Committees. And yeah, he did do the SCIF. When asked if he's ever been in fear of his life for trying to do the right thing and exposing this knowledge, he replied, yes, personally. Behind on his right and left, I immediately noticed George Knapp and Jeremy Corbell. I also did a TikTok and IG on that, check that out. Representative Burkett was initially denied access to a SCIF, which is a room, just so you guys know, a SCIF is a room where no phones are allowed. And people can exchange classified information. So yeah, that did take place during the hearing. The other two high-ranking official witnesses were Navy Commander David Craver and Executive Director for American Safe Aerospace, former U.S. Navy pilot Ryan Graves. He feels this is an issue of national security. These things are getting in the way of pilots everywhere, and 95% of them are not reported. Because there's a stigma on reporting it, which that, amongst many other reasons, prevents them from reporting it. When they reported it, nothing was done on it, even though it was a huge unexpected danger to them, and they were told they saw nothing, when indeed there was a giant Tic Tac doing its thing, okay? Also, side note, no wonder the Barbie movie and Oppenheimer came out during this time and was such a huge media frenzy. I'm just saying, I haven't heard of a movie coming out to that degree in so long. And I'm not saying these things were good movies, but like I said, don't remember of ever hearing of a movie coming out. And they definitely publicized the hell out of that. So I pretty much have to search out movies to find them. Ryan Graves wants a system in place to protect people in various ways so that they can come forward. He says a large 100-yard red square approached the base and hovered over the facilities for over 45 seconds. He claims it was the size of a football field, as well as a clear sphere with a black or dark gray cube in it, ranging from 5 to 15 feet wide. commercial aviators, pilots get cease and desist letters for reporting on any of this. Just so you guys know, this isn't the first hearing on UFOs. I know it happened back in December with even more compelling evidence and proof. We actually did do a video on that, and we will be putting it out next week. And there's been other times as well, but this has gone public due to David Grusch. Usually that's pretty much, I'm sorry, what, Tommy? Did you say something?
No, I'm just agreeing with you.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah, it's gone public. Usually when people try to go public, it gets smashed down right away. He happened to get through whatever because he's high ranking. His stuff is very credible. There's been so many other credible witnesses. However, maybe they weren't high ranking enough to get through, or they were smashed down, whatever. He made the right friends. I don't know. He still, unfortunately, experienced a lot of consequences, a lot of repercussions. You know, I mean, why else come out with this? His whole life is pretty much over, if not. So he's doing the right moral thing because that was literally his job. Okay. So also, I just want to direct people before we talk to Tommy, and Tommy will agree on this. For more information on, okay, a lot of news reporters are saying, well, a lot of times this turned out to be a government vehicle that they were reporting on. And absolutely yes. As Tommy and I have previously covered in a video, please check it out. Dr. Stephen Greer's documentary, The Lost Century and How to Reclaim It, covers all the craft that the government has, that they have. Okay, the reason why they're covering everything up is because they did find a UFO back in the day, or possibly many. They reverse engineer them. This is supposedly what David Grusch is exposing. And the reason why there's a big cover up is because it would then expose that we've had such amazing technology this whole time, and we could have been using free energy and saving the planet and all sorts of things. Basically, follow the money. Check out our video on that. It's about Dr. Stephen Greer's Lost Century and How to Reclaim It. Also, check out that documentary. It does cost money right now, so also check out our video on it. But the point is, yes, half or more of them are government vehicles, of course. Yeah. That doesn't mean there's not some that aren't. How did we get the tech? Why is there a cover up? It's all relating. Okay. So yeah, Tommy, how do you feel?
This is great. My issue with it is that if they finally acknowledge it, first of all, I've been seeing this more and more in the newspapers. Like literally every newspaper is showing that's like, oh, they say we have spacecraft and this and that. But I guarantee you that they will end up agreeing that yes, we have these things, but not one of them will say we know how to reverse engineer it so that they can keep the oil companies nice and safe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'd like for Stephen Greer to actually testify as well in front of Senate instead of this one. I mean, this guy's like pretty credible guy, but like, I don't know.
No, but
so
you know what, though, Tommy, he did a skiff where he really let to the authorities know all the names, all the locations, everything. Also, Dr. Stephen Greer also knows on this, you know. Like I said, I think he's a little in on it to not get killed yet, but maybe not. But either way, yeah, no, this guy, he's not just one person. He's exposing everything. He just can't expose it on national, you know, because he's, you know,
that's my other
can only
issue.
do so much, you know, like he's already in trouble as is. He's just not like he just can't get arrested technically somehow.
Yeah, that's my other issue. It's like, why are you doing your testify? Just say it during your testimony. Why go to a secret room where you do it in private, where all those names can easily just be recorded and those people dealt with privately?
So
it makes more.
A skiff is something where phones are not allowed.
Yeah, I understand that, but are they documentary? Sorry, my mouth's all. Are they taking down the information, or is it like a private thing?
It's a,
Like, is
I
someone
don't know
there
what,
to take
but
down?
here's the thing. They're exposing it. So, but it's in a private thing so that he doesn't get in trouble.
Oh, well, I wish we knew more about it,
Well,
because
that's the point of a
that
skit.
kind of like, that was kind of crazy. It was like I didn't like that they're going to go to a secret room and talk about these things in private. It's like, no, 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 no. Do it
I know.
here
I
so
know.
we can all hear and see.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, that's another thing. It'd be nice if Stephen Greer talked to this guy and let him know. It's like, oh yeah, no, those are all ours. Like, hey, buddy, I know you should know, I think you know, but
No, not all of them necessarily.
well, the Tic Tacs, I'm saying, and like a bunch of other things. Um, it's just
Well,
I
here's
don't.
the thing. So this guy knows of the pilots, the the non-human biological pilots. Obviously, we're not manufacturing that.
Yeah, of course.
So,
Oh
well,
wait, no, we are. Remember, they said that a lot of them are like robotics that we figured out that we can that we made look like. Well, they figured out to make it look like aliens.
I
That
believe they
was in the
had,
documentary too.
huh?
I think that was not in the documentary. That was in when before that that meeting that they had. I forgot what it's called, but it's Stephen Greer's meeting. It's like he had a bunch of guys come on. He's like, no, they're not like we do have biologics, but the aliens that everybody sees are basically robotics.
Oh, okay. I gotta look into that. I mean, I bet I know that they can. I just don't know if they are. But if they are, then maybe that explains the Vegas thing to like distract people to look at over there or something, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Um,
I am happy though that this finally, I mean, people are talking about this. It's not something that are like, I mean, it is still kind of because all the news organizations talk about it, but then like like everybody else that doesn't know how to open their minds is they're like, oh, okay, alien spacecraft. Okay, okay, let's talk about the weather. It's
um,
like, all right,
exactly. Okay, people that are not up on it. Also, I think there's still some censorship because I did my first YouTube short on this, and YouTube is kind of regulated, right? So that's why we really need you guys to like our stuff because we're against the algorithm. But basically, when I put this out on TikTok, it got literally like 20,000 views within a day. Okay, I put it out on YouTube, it's still at 20 views. Okay, I'm like, I'm so confused. Today, I put out something else joking about a man becoming a dog, which is also a true story. It got 60 views within the first minute, but how come this congressional hearing isn't getting any views? Like I can't even hashtag UFO hearing. You can't hashtag it anywhere. So there's still some sort of censorship going on. I think the reason why the news is covering it is because they can't escape it. But they're trying to prevent the spread, but the news literally can't escape it. Like they're not going to get watched if they don't like get this. It also might have to do with if we look further into what Stephen Greer is saying about, who knows what, who's getting lied to. So maybe, I don't know, maybe they are curious. Maybe everyone's getting lied to at this point. Um, but speaking of, if you really look at the hearing, did you look at it at all?
I looked at it a little bit. I read it in the papers mainly.
Okay. Uh,
No,
Basically, like I wish I could imitate it, but I can't get these things out of the lenses of my sunglasses. So there's these like female lawyers that like have these glasses. I mean, these judges, and they're just it's like Mr. Grush. Do you remember when you said you would go out on a date with me last Friday night? And he's like so professional, right? Like because he's so innocent and professional, but I really think these women have like the hots for him. Like he's basically like, hi, no, I could get arrested for that. And they're like, Mr. Grusch, would you like to retract that statement? And he's like, no, I would not. I can get arrested for that. Thank you. And yes, personally, I would like to retract being here. Like, it's so funny. Like, he's so professional, and these female lawyers are just like, Mr. Grusch.
Isn't he married?
Oh, really? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. How do
Um,
you know? How would you even know that?
because it was in that little documentary we watched. He's talking about his wife and kids.
You're talking about Stephen Greer.
No, no. We've watched a million documentaries. You just don't remember.
Stephen Greer has a wife, but not. There's no documentary on David Grusch.
Yes, there is. It's not a huge one, but it's short. But yeah, we watched that.
What are you talking about? Not David Grusch. David Grusch is the one that
It
just came
wasn't
out.
yes, I know that. It wasn't a full documentary. It was like a quick thing on YouTube, and it talked about him and his background. I'm telling you, we did. But all right. Um, yeah, no, he's being professional as much as he can, because even if he jokes a little bit, they'll be like, look at him.
Now he's
He's a
amazing.
jokester, so he's obviously lying. He's lying
amazing.
about everything.
Also, somebody that was at the hearing said that the vibe was actually pretty light. Everybody's relieved. Both parties were getting along, and I like that. I really like that. And also, Bob Lazar. Remember him?
Oh, poor guy. Yeah, I do.
Bob Lazar came out and tried to explain that he was working on a crash retrieval program. And everybody was like, get out of here, Bob. Get out of here. You don't even work here, Bob. You're never dead. You're never dead. Okay. And like, I feel so bad because like this guy, it's such a new day. Is he okay? Bob, are you okay? Do you want to come on the show? You're always welcome here.
Poor Bob Lazar, man. They were like, you didn't even go to that school. It's like, but I did. Here's the plaque. It's like, kid, you made that on your computer. You're
They
a
threw out
liar.
his plaque. They raided his house. He barely said one word, and they bullied the hell out of him, and still do to this day, when he hasn't said anything in like 40 years.
And meanwhile, he was like, oh, this is the new element that we found on the aircraft, blah, blah, blah. And everybody's like, okay, Bob Lazar. And then 15 years later, NASA's like, we found this new element in space. It's the exact one, the exact name. It's like, the hell? Is nobody going to connect this?
I know. Good for you for doing it. Yes. Oh my God. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't think Bob Lazar is coming forward anytime soon. I think he's finally, unless they subpoena him, but I really don't think he wants to be in the public eye anymore, because that poor guy got bullied like crazy for the last 10, 15 years or how many.
It's been since like 80s, early 90s. So
Okay, so the last 40 years, basically.
all he's been trying to do since is hide in a shell. He probably doesn't even know this is happening.
Yeah, he just wants to do his little science experiments, and they're like, he's just sitting there, and all of a sudden there's a shot, like you see like a silhouette of somebody behind him. It's like, what you got there, Bob? Like, no, please. I almost. You see it.
I know. I feel so bad. I mean, now there's a little more protection going on, but that's basically what Graves is fighting for, is more protection on whistleblowers. But yeah, could you imagine how that poor man's family is treating him, like on family vacations? Like, hey, is you and Bob? Here's a drink, or is it for your UFO?
Your alien buddy's gonna drink this with us? Stupid.
Oh my God, I feel so bad. He probably got treated like worse than me in LVI a few years ago. Which is probably that's probably how they personally think of me, because I report on aliens, but that's fine. The same way I was treated my whole life, like oh no, the aliens got me. The aliens got me. You there? Anyway, and now
Yeah, no, I'm good. You froze up as well.
Now it's the hot topic. Now it's in to think aliens the past 2 years. But you know what kind of bothers me a little? Just on another angle, it's just so I'm fair to everybody here. It's a fair hate day. So even the conspiracy theorists are not, and if I'm classified as one, so be it. but even they are not satisfied. So that's what bothers me the most. Unless the ones I'm seeing are late to the game, and they're like trying to be one. I don't really know, but all of a sudden they're like, distraction, distraction. This is a distraction. Are you kidding? The Barbie movie was a distraction. Oppenheimer was a distraction. Maybe Vegas was a distraction. Okay. Lots of other distractions. At this point, it's finally coming out because it can't help but come out. We don't know in which way it's leaking out, whether they're in on it a little because of something else or whatever the case is. But either way, there's truth behind this. We don't know if the delivery is completely true, but we know we're at the tip of the iceberg here, people. Tip of the iceberg. This isn't the first UFO conference, and it's definitely not the last. And so for people that are saying distraction, it's like, all right, either they're late to the party or they just are never going to be satisfied. I'm not sure, but I personally feel that it's finally coming out. Let's celebrate, guys. Let's damn celebrate. My God, can't we ever just be happy?
I think the people that are saying distraction are also pointing out that it's like, yeah, they're talking about spaceships, but there's all this other stuff. It's like the lizard men, whatever the hell you want to call it, lizard people that take over, all this thing, the fact that all these underground bases that they have, the technology that we have, the fact that they're not even bringing out not one piece of said technology to show Congress. It's just talking right now. And the talking is technically a distraction because they obviously have the ability to be like, hey, let's get this stuff, let's show this stuff. Instead, they're just talking about it. So it's a slow roll. It's a very slow roll.
Well, there's reasons for that, though. There's a lot of barricades to go through. You know, it's in a secret part of the government. People can get arrested. They sign NDAs. You know, they're still bound under law. That's why Ryan Graves is trying to have it so whistleblowers are protected. You know, there's a lot to go through. You can't just come out and, you know, and show something. But that was interesting.
It's just, yeah. It's just, you know, it's very irritating to I understand people's frustration on it because it's like, it's just,
yeah, no,
all right already. Come on already. Just, I understand it.
I understand. Yeah. And I feel there's this news reporter I watch once in a while that you would love. He looks just like Harry Potter. You guys might know who I'm talking about. And he was against this alien stuff this whole time. He's kind of taking the same stance as, I know you're taking devil's advocate right now, but, you know, of just like, he's basically been against it the whole time, and he has to report on this stuff. And you could see him like, I'm like, are you eating your damn words now? You know? And yet, but he's still like, oh, just show it. But you know, I get it. I get that people are like that, but you know what? I don't know. I mean, you got to wonder why. You know, I mean, these are people that probably never opened their minds past a certain point. I don't know. Everyone's got a different past. Everyone's math leads up to a different product. So
yeah. Hey, can we pause for 1 second?
Yes. Oh my God, they've taken Tommy. Oh, there he is. Thank God. Oh my God. You know, he did Grusch mention what do you call it? Interdimensionality in the science of that in the hearing, actually. And same news conference I was speaking about actually had a scientist on there like, how dare he introduce new principles when he doesn't even know the old principles. And it's like, okay, obviously this is territory you may not know. Wow, there's a torrential storm beyond this screen.
I'm going to let you keep talking. I completely forgot about one important window. Keep talking. Okay. 1 second.
Yeah, but anyway, it's like, anyway, the point is, the scientist was very against what Grusch was saying. And hey, I'm not a scientist. I know I can't speak here. But at the same time, it's like, isn't science the art of opening your mind? Science is the willingness to be wrong, because the main point of science is to explore. And yet this man is like, that can't be true. That can't be true. Okay, well, Maybe it'll be true when you realize it in 40 years. I mean, if we're dealing with advanced beings with advanced technology, obviously it's not here yet. This could be us from the future. The future, not now. Open your mind. I'm
I
on
know.
one today. I'm on one. I just shouldn't have started recording today, but time's of the essence of time.
No, it's understandable, man. These people, science should be more about, it is about facts, but the thing is, scientists are also very like pig-headed when it comes to things, and they think that what their fact is fact. Like
Not
when they
good
were like,
ones. Not good ones.
no, every single one, even friggin' the damn it, I keep forgetting his name.
No,
The
no.
one that's always on TV.
Who?
I keep forgetting his name. The guy
Neil
that's on
deGrasse,
TV.
Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Yes, I
Yeah,
think he's a
well,
plant. Holy Lord, is that guy a plant? If you listen to what he's saying,
I know. I thought I'd be, he did the universe, right? The show?
yeah.
I thought I'd be so into that. I was so excited for that, right? And then it was like, what is happening in the show?
Yeah. So boring.
God.
But he's one that's always like, aliens. Show me the aliens and I'll believe in them. Blah 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 blah. It's like
I can't
it's like
handle it. I get that science is very like fact based, what's here, blah, blah, blah. But that's why I love Donald Hoffman. He's actually a cognitive scientist that he just kept doing the math, kept doing the math. He's more than willing to be wrong, but real good scientists open their minds to the point where they experiment and they make new discoveries. Even Einstein was wrong about certain things.
he was wrong about a lot of things. But like
Still,
it's
I
just the
still,
way it is. The scientists forget that they should be, it's ever exploring, ever figuring things out. It's but they're it's like the mindset is as if it's almost like almost like an Instagram thing where you want to be the one that's like the popular one. You want to be the one that has the most followers. So they think that their theory is the theory. Like when they thought that the universe was a certain amount of years old, and then it turns out that we just found out that it's like billions of years older than we thought it was. It's
how did
insane.
they find that out? How?
Oh well, that damn telescope is just the best.
Good scientists.
So all these scientists that are always like, there's no such thing as this, there's no such thing as this, and then they find it, it's like, oh yeah, we believed it the whole time. It's like, what? Come on, man.
Exactly. And that's what people are like. Okay, I shouldn't even go there. The point is this: good
Yeah.
scientists, good, I want to say good people, they will expand their minds. They will be willing to be wrong. They won't be 10-minute warning. They won't be, closed. This is all there is. Because if they really were wise, they realize this is all they know. That doesn't mean they're all there is. They know it because they were programmed to know it or they learned it. There's things that they didn't learn yet. There's things that they would have been programmed or learned if on the other side of the planet growing up differently. Not like people aren't wrong. I don't really think anybody's wrong. You know what I mean? Like, so the point is, there's a great quote that's like, what is it? Like small minds discuss people, like medium minds discuss events, and like open minds, I think, uh, discuss ideas. And that's I've been a good influence on Tommy.
Yeah, I'm still kind of a medium mind.
Well, it's okay for all of us to be all three, but please include the third one, guys. Please be open minded.
So yeah, no, I am happy that this guy is coming forward, and I am happy that people are talking about it. And I really hope that they stick with it and it doesn't just fade away like a lot of other things.
No, don't even bring that into fruition. No, 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 no. It will not. I'm telling you, there's too much of a public eye on this right now. That's not what I see.
So, and I also hope that finally they're like, oh yeah, we have all these things. Sorry.
I
But
can't help but even my instincts, my intuition, even when listening to that scientist, I think it's all put into place to, if we suddenly cut off, guys, it's because there's a storm, and I love you and I'll see you next week. But I think it's all put into place, whether it be spiritually or on purpose or both. I guess that is both, but to prepare people's consciousness. You know, the scientist that's like, I don't know, that can't be right. I want to see this. Or the person that's like, I want to see proof. All right, that's good. That's helping the people that are at that level still have time to digest this information. So by the time it's out and in their face, they're like, they're okay. I think this is all like a preparation act in a way. In fact, I had that instinct years ago when we had all those alien movies.
Yeah, I hope so too. I hope so. It's a nice way to think things would be. I know the greed of this world, so it's a slow. In our lifetimes, I pray that we will have them finally show us, and it doesn't just take like another 60 years before you're like, oh, we can easily go through space and time. Sorry, forgot to tell you guys. Oh yeah, no, we have the cure for everything in this weird little chamber thing. Sorry. And at that point, I'm like, what?
Remember that they have to cover their asses, okay? No matter what, they have to cover their asses. So they gotta disclose things in a way. They're probably rushing around right now, hiding everything, and they've probably been for a while. Even more so because they gotta, everything that exists continues to try to exist. Um, Obviously, even if it's in secret. So yeah, I had a joke for years, and no offense to anybody I've ever known, but I had a joke for years that was like, forget dating. I'm waiting for the third gender. I'm waiting for that third gender, I used to say. Get those damn aliens down here, and maybe there'll be somebody to talk to. Now, guys, I love all of you. Everyone that's subscribed, you are part of our family. If not, please join our family. If you're watching this right now and still you have an open mind, and we are enjoying you so much. And the reason why you're watching this is because you have an amazing deep mind. So trust me, that was no reflection on you. That was a saying in my 20s. But yeah, I mean, really, don't we all just want to like have an alien friend?
Yeah, kind of actually.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome if they're like, hey, you guys want to just leave Earth and go through space? I'm like, yes, yes, please. Yes, yes, please.
Show us interdimensional travel.
Whatever. I want to be off this planet.
I would be on the planet, but I want to see it through different dimensions.
I guess. I just want to explore. I guess that's just been taken from us since we figured out every little nook and cranny of this planet.
Oh, we have not. Or they're not
I,
telling us.
for the most part, we don't know what's under the oceans. There's a lot of stuff. And maybe there's a little things hidden here and there. But for the most part, it's like I want the days where it's like, this is America. We're gonna call it America. We are the ones that figured it out. It's like stuff like that. But it's like I don't know. I just have that need. Guess it's just a weird guy thing because I'm stuck in a job where it's like,
No, that's a gorgeous need. That's what everyone should be paying attention to, and that's what we're distracted from.
yeah, it's true. That's true.
Yes,
So
want to explore outside yourself, but also don't be afraid to look inside yourself. I know that sounds so cliche, but perhaps it's all inside and we're projecting it. That's a reference to my manifestation coaching for over a decade. But not only that, Donald Hoffman actually puts actual science behind that through actually having the mathematics to prove and have a Nobel Prize for saying that time and space are not fundamental, and therefore we're living in a virtual reality through a headset. And now I probably lost half the audience. But he's a real scientist and he's really doing that. and he was on an International Mandela Effect conference. So I'm going to reach out to Cynthia, which I've been meaning to do anyway, and discuss him because I need to reach out to Cynthia anyway. Yeah, Cynthia Sue Larson was on with Donald Hoffman. If you guys want to see interviews with Cynthia Sue Larson, I have it in my my playlist. Check out all our playlists. Cynthia Sue Larson is an expert on alternate realities, which is a whole other amazing playlist for this channel, which I have to keep adding to. And yeah, there's a whole world to explore out there. Aliens are amazing, but there's a whole world, and they might all be related, but it's okay. Just go with whatever feels good.
Definitely.
The world is not just convenience stores and commercials and stores that are closing. You know, perhaps everything's closing so we could look more inside.
Yeah, that I don't think so. I don't think they want us to look inside. They want us to look outside so that we're blinded by all the nonsense.
Yeah, well, you know, I think that's I think the world is going into two different directions right now with the AI. People are going to be either more in like a headset and in technology, and more people are going to turn to like nature and like looking inside. And, you know, maybe when people get so dopamine rushed out, they will look inside. You know, we're all evolving and we're all somehow one.
I hope so. I really do. It's gotten a little crazy out there. People don't even look at each other. People don't even talk to each other. They're just always in their phones, always on their tablets, always in technology, never doing anything for themselves anymore, using AI literally for everything. Everything. So if an alien comes down, I'd be like, listen, take me into space. Let me see the stars. Also, if there's any way you can make me immortal and give me superpowers, that would be awesome.
We got 30 seconds. I'm into superpowers. That's kind of why I want to be struck by lightning, if I'm going to go in some way or not. Immortal, not so much. Let me get to the next dimension. My God. Let's see some calorie-free Twinkies in heaven. But until next time, guys, make sure it would be amazing if you like so we can keep existing for you, share so we can keep existing for you, and subscribe so you won't miss our next groundbreaking news. Check out all our playlists. We have so many. Yeah, donation link in the description box if you get anything out of this at all. And I have a list of services I'm available for as well. We love you so much. And there's a huge